Welcome back, everybody, to the Beltway battles. We have a very exciting matchup for you all today. Thank you all for joining us as we introduce our teams ODU versus.
Nova Community College.
It should be a very exciting matchup. We've had two series today so far, and they've all been absolutely amazing. So I expect this one to have the same level of gameplay.
Now, going into this, we can talk pick bands. The map pool that we're looking at right here is quite a fun map pool, I would say. It deviates from like the standard maps, the Ascent, the Haven, the Split, that gets played all the time. We get to start with map 1 of Lotus, where ODU decided to start attack. Generally speaking, Lotus is an attack-sided map. I think that will be a very interesting, more competitive map. Maybe it won't look like that at first because sometimes it can be unbalanced towards the attack side, but it'll be definitely a match to watch. Map 2 here will be Breeze, ODU's pick, Nova also picking attack. This map just coming back into the map pool with quite a few changes to the map's overall dynamic. It'll definitely be a fun map to watch. Now lastly, the Decider map being Ascent. Hard to go wrong with such a classic map. It's just, like we talked about earlier in the day, a map where the team with the better fundamentals will win.
Yeah, I totally agree with what you said, Hush. Earlier in our previous series, we had an Ascent Haven matchup, which obviously is fun, but can be a little bit boring. So going into this Lotus pick, it'll definitely be fun to see the different compositions that come out in different gameplay styles that we see. Speaking of compositions, let's go right into Agent Select.
And it looks like Nova Community College is going to go for the pretty standard comp, the single initiator, double smokes, raise KJ. Very tried and true comp, hard to really beat in counter or find a better comp to work with. On the other end, ODU here, no characters hovered at all. It might be that they're discussing their comps, maybe saving it as a little surprise for us in production.
Maybe, potentially. But just kind of backing off what you said about Nova, it is definitely interesting. This is a meta comp. There's kind of two variations. One where you have an Astra and a Fade instead of the Sky. And going with the Sky and the double smokes, it leans more towards a default T into like a fast take kind of style map. We might actually see the Astra comp coming out of ODU here, which leans
Personally, it
more
seems like they're
towards a
going towards
defensive
the
style.
Astra without
Select
the
your
Fade at
agent.
all. They're going into Astra with double initiator, which a little bit more of a bold move meta-wise. This map has really shifted away from the double initiator meta. But yeah, it looks like they're going into the double controller. They're just bringing the Astra instead of the Omen. What that means is less overall smokes coming out from the side of ODU, but better executing and stalling utility. Maybe if you were to discount the Omen flash, the Omen blind.
Exactly. It will be more defensive towards the ODU Astra comp than it will be with the Omen on the defensive side. Sorry. But we will see as we get right into this game. I know both of these teams have very good players. I personally know a few of these players, and I can't wait for this exciting matchup as we get underway.
Yeah, same. I don't personally know these players, but just looking at the comps, looking at the map, I can't really imagine this matchup not being fun and something that's just very interesting to watch. I hope that ODU comes out with a lot of interesting ideas with the Astra because the Astra in this solo initiator comp of Sky isn't as often picked as the Omen is. So I'm really wondering how they're going to try and leverage that utility, whether or not they're going to set people up with all of that extra utility that Astra can bring.
You definitely have to be a lot more careful when you have an Astra comp about how you default, because obviously you don't have an unlimited amount of smokes, right? Unlike Omen, which his smokes recharge, right? So you have to be careful of how much you default, how long, etc., etc. So definitely, I agree with you, and we need to see a lot of really unique and cool ideas coming out of ODU to make sure that they can punish this Omen comp from Nova.
Speaking of ODU, seems like they're game plan for this pistol round is to just do some sort of group burst. This end, it really looks like they're leaning towards that C and B area, maybe going for some early orb farming, maybe just trying to get those ults up real quickly. But it seems like they're actually going to start A, which is going to be a heavily contested area, as you can see. And Nova is also just set up ready to fight for this space. And Nova winning out the initial utility trade. Let's see if ODU can do anything to re-clear this space.
ODU has to respect all of the utility. Seeing the Omen Blind, seeing the Raise Nade, there's absolutely no way they can push through that utility, right? They're keeping Asher leaning towards C here, trying to keep that early mound info. As he leans back, I'm expecting to see an A reclear setup here with Skydog and Raise Nade to try to push away these Nova players that are really close here.
Now, another thing that's really interesting to note on the side of Nova is that they have Hassan, the Sky player, so far up here. They're trying to play some sort of trap off the Razor's contact. The flash comes out, looking for a fight. Nova getting the first pick into
Trade's
this series.
Trade's going Nova's way here. ODU kind of lacking. Race actually out. Gets caught. Toxin, kind of a weird spot here. Kind of a weird smoke. He's kind of stuck. Gets punished for his aggression trying to help his teammates.
And that's Nunu's advantage on the side of ODU.
Hassan and Nunu kind of giving up that A space, not fighting
30 seconds
properly.
left.
ODU going into more of a B setup here, close line.
Spike
So
planted.
catching them off guard, getting 2 kills. Veer.
Now it's just a 1v2. It's Veer versus the world.
They don't know. They don't know.
Oh, but the shots just do not land, and that's going to be the first round for Nova Community College.
Absolutely clinical round from Symmetrics and Threat there. Threat baiting out GT Cat's util and his bullets as Symmetrics worked up and got a free 2k, allowing them for easy defuse.
Yep, and that just early A control, just so clinical. The trades were going great. The mid round got a little bit scrappy, but Nova Community College were able to close that out pretty convincingly.
Yeah. We're kind of seeing the same starting setup from Nova here. Kind of 3 seconds towards A, leaving the Viper and Killjoy to anchor C here. It does look like ODU is leaning more towards a B take right now. So that might cause trouble in the post point if they're able to get that down.
But here on the other side, we just see ODU just walking up slowly, creeping up, getting this B control, being able to get that orb, I believe, and just walking back now. Seems like they're going to look towards the C mound area, maybe farm another or maybe burst onto site. They don't have to be super committed to anything because they have so much time to work with.
Very interesting how Nova's trying to play this A kind of hold setup with Raze taking contact and trying to sky flash off of that. That can definitely be punished if ODU recognizes that. But for right now, it looks like they're leaning more towards a C take, baiting out this utility and maybe going for it now. Niche should be following the Skydog here, baiting out the Nano and the Molly.
And this is another thing that you'll see really often in what is teams often like getting hard stalled towards the C side, and because of the access that the door gives, you can immediately pivot into the B side, which ODU does here, but they're not clearing Toxin. They don't know whether or not there's a player in that blue room, in that connector towards A site. Rather just trying to fight for more space after bomb gets down, and it doesn't matter. All of the fights going the way of Nova.
Yeah, clean and clinical retake coming out of ODU there. Or sorry,
the flawless round here for Nova Community College, yeah.
Starting off the game with a solid defensive pistol and a solid anti-eco. If they can keep this momentum into the bonus round, they will be absolutely set for the remainder of the half.
If you look at the scoreboard here, you can see the Sky on the side of ODU here, GT Cats, one off of their Sky ult. That they're going to want to get that orb, they're going to want to use that ult to convert the round, but it's just, we'll have to see how they're going to fight for this space.
ODU is setting up some sort of just C control, trying to get into that, like you said, get the Sky's orb up, and get those Seekers online so they can utilize that in the mid-round. But as of right now, Nova doesn't really care about C control. They're not contesting it. They're just trying to anchor site. Baiting. ODU is doing a great job of baiting out the Viper utility, right? Also, one Boombot, they got orb popped, and they got a Molly out. They're doing an
Need that
absolutely fantastic job at cycling through this utility.
I've got your trail.
Right, and then just another thing that we should touch on here is that Astra's utility is absolutely global. And while Omen is more or less global, Astra just doesn't have any limits, which allows for plays like this, where Veer can just sit on the A side, work up, while still being able to try to sell a fake for that C side, or even help with an execute. Over here though, it looks like it has to be the A. Ooh, Niche getting out onto site, being able to break the turret, looking for the Molotov on the side of Cyantrix, but bomb is still going to get planted anyways. It's going to be a 5v5 retake.
Bandit stuck on site, gets one. Looking around,
Bandit's out here on an island, just stuck in the middle of the site.
Impeccable kill.
Niche getting 2 but traded immediately by Cyantrix. Cyantrix trying to get another, but the killjoy on the side of ODU, Dukalion, just being able to get that kill back. Threat looking for that fight, trying to win this round. The time is low, they know that. Getting the first pick.
It's the 1v1, but Veer does have the sock, so this could be... This is just unwinnable. This is just a
Doesn't even get the kill.
Getting
Not
that
even the
alert
kill
timing
for
up onto A, baiting out
consolation.
the killjoy util so that Niche could just fly onto site for absolutely free, and it was an absolutely beautiful post point coming out from ODU there. Those are the types of rounds that you can expect from an Astra comp like this. The slow lurk, baiting out the util. That was an absolute masterclass coming out from ODU there.
Another thing on the side of ODU that's just heading even further into their favor is the killjoy on the side of ODU. 2 off their ult. This is such an impactful ult. It forces you to respect it and change your approach to the round. So if they can keep farming orbs, get that ult up even faster, that's going to put so much pressure on Nova Esports. Nova Nighthawks.
Going back to what worked with them with this early A control, flashing off of the Razor's contact here.
But it doesn't matter, ODU just creeping up B. They're getting ready for this heavy B pop, getting stars out, flashed out, and just walking onto the free site.
Now, what does the plus point look like here for ODU? Do you push A? Do you go up in heaven? Do you push A?
Well, I'd imagine they're pushing A because they recognize how much early A control that Nova had. And they really don't want to get pushed in from 2 sides, so they're trying to fight out this space. But in the meantime, Nova's already out on B. They've flooded out completely. And now it's just down to a 2v5. There's nothing ODU really can do to get this round back in their favor.
Veer gets a 2k out of nowhere. Bennett gets a 2k as well.
Last player standing.
Leaves it down to a 1v1. Nunu versus Veer. Sticking the bomb.
Oh my goodness. I thought that round was lost for ODU, and they suddenly just... The Viper on the side of ODU, BRV Bandit just pulls a 2k out of nowhere. Veer getting another. That was
Veer and
incredible.
Bandit absolutely pulled that out of nowhere. They had no right to win that round. That was so well played from NVCC that ODU had absolutely no right to win.
Right, that retake, very clean. The utility was out, the timing was perfect. But just ODU, Veer and Bandit just in those last moments were just simply better for those fights. Now, same thing coming out, early A control, but this time, the Raze from the side of Nova Nunu is just walking up just a little bit further, throwing that satchel, trying to see if they can get any splash damage, break any utility, just see if they can force anything out of the side of ODU, but that's another benefit of the Astra comp, they can just play so slow. They don't need to play very committal to anything at all.
They get early B control, they farm the orb, and then they're making A pressure, coming back towards A. They notice that there's 2 or 3 there, so they decide to rotate off and lean more towards B. Sending the Raze Boombot out, putting out the smokes and the stuns, waiting for this Killjoy ult to go off. Now notice the 2 stars, 1 Heaven, 1 C-Link. They're probably going to want to push more towards C-Link here.
The Killjoy ult just about to go off, and you can see Nova's already poised to do a fast flood. They don't want ODU getting this bomb down.
Now, Sinestrid's hitting 3! Oh my god!
Thrifty.
What a thrifty
What a
round for Nova
beautiful
Community College.
retake!
Yeah, you can see that all of the players grouped just outside the ult, ready to flood into site the moment that popped, the moment that they know it's safe to enter. Well, as safe as a site being taken can be, because it's just so unpredictable and you're not prepared for it on the side of ODU as you're trying to get bombed down and get out. That was just beautifully played from Nova Community College.
Absolutely nobody from ODU was ready for that flood retake. They were all just setting up, they thought they were all good, they were gonna go into their post point and win the round, but no. Nova has different ideas. Nova committing to their A pressure, doing this almost every round at this point.
Grabbing the orb for a niche though on the side of ODU, they get that showstopper online. That could be pivotal in converting this round as well.
I mean, yeah, they got their B pressure, but the B has looked so weak from ODU in the first point. I don't know if they commit. They're committing Razor on their eco.
Already out. Niche messing the back moving a little bit. But they, even if they find nobody, they garner all of that space. It's just how can they play around it? They just, it seems like they're almost just giving it up. They find the space and they leave.
They need to see something from ODU here. They need to make a play. They need to get out of this killjoy or find a kill
Big
down.
paint shells, but it doesn't break the killjoy
They decide they're
lockdown.
gonna fight towards A. This is gonna be a huge fight here. Between Toxin and Hassan. Goes 1 for 1. Sinesh with the 2K. Veer and Bandit back to this post one. Can they pull out another miracle round us before the molly goes out? Both one gets a free 2K. That will be a free defuse coming from Nova. Oh my gosh, Veer and Bandit cannot do it again.
And that was just, again, a clean retake on the side of B for Nova.
Sit down.
Already,
Not done yet.
it's 6 rounds into the game and 3 of the 6 rounds have been retake wins. 3 out of 4 wins for Nova have been retakes. Their retakes in general are just too clean, it seems. They're too well drilled. ODU really needing to, like, just figure out what is going wrong. What are the holes in their post plan? What can they do to...
As of right now, ODU is going right into Nova's setup. Heavy A, Heavy C, retake B. They're going right into that retake every single time. And it has not worked out once for them. This round, they decided to change things up. This round, they're preparing for an A retake setup. They want to fight this A making kill. They want to take it back to Nunu, but it is just not working out for them.
He's just walking out into the line of fire, nothing able to help him, nothing there, no flashes, no one ready to trade, and Veer
Veer
looking
can't
to
get anything
eat,
either.
just gets shut down by threat. This round is just looking tragic for the side of ODU.
No flashes, no nothing, no trades.
Watching this location.
I mean, ODU might need to call a timeout here.
They just
They look
might,
a little
and
bit in shambles.
Here.
Nova here just staying solid, staying strong, not overreacting to any presence shown. Very well played here. Just getting contact and info everywhere.
Here.
You see how much of the map they can control.
They have
How
full
much-
C, full A. They just know it has to be a B take at this point.
Right, and they just have the omen here of Toxin just jiggling. They're ready. They know they have their alarm clock up. The swing league is too.
Spike down B. 30
Viper
seconds
Molly, Viper Orb, Trojan Molly combo worked out so well for them. And it's just perfect. I mean, nothing else you can say. It was just perfect.
Cat's trying to do the best that they can do to convert that round, but at that point in the round, it's just over. It's so hard to win.
Now, Hush, what do you need to see from ODU here? What needs to change? What do we think?
What needs to change? I think what needs to change is better spacing and trading, and also just being more willing to re-clear space. It feels like they're very committed to the early space that they take. And while I do enjoy watching the Astra, I think the more of the utility needs to be leveraged, or something like an Omen Blind would have been very beneficial in some scenarios.
Placing swarm grenade. You are divided.
We're going back to this patterns of B take from ODU. As we know from the start of this game, they cannot
Plant
hold
the
the B
spike.
plus plant. We need to see something different.
Healing
We have
over here.
Viper ult, we have Skyward. How are we using these ults? Are we using the proactive, reactive, post plant? What are we doing here from ODU to make this one different?
And it doesn't seem like anything is changing. They're just getting onto site, not even using an Viper ult to just
Nishan
hold
Captain
onto that
pushing,
side.
has
They're just
Link.
getting all
Shaman
out.
Nunu coming out Link. Oh my god, this late wrap from Nisha could be beautiful, but it's read by Nunu. Does he know Veer's also there? Can it be too late? Is it too late?
Last
Will
player
Veer be there
standing.
in time? You're having to speed up.
Looks
Can't even
too
get
late,
one.
and it's just a flawless round out from Nova. Again, their retakes are just too strong.
What is this
Being
now?
able
Like
to
5
read
out
all
of
the
7
positions.
rounds? They're just retaking B. I mean, it's like we're seeing the same round over and over and over again. Nova is taking early A main control. ODU recognizes that, goes fast B, and then loses the post plant. It is the same exact round almost every single time. And
Looks like
nothing
they're
has changed.
looks like they're postured for a slightly different game plan here. Seems like they're going to have 2 walk up B, 2 walk up C, C getting the early control, and maybe trying to pivot quickly into C or B depending on how the early fights go, how the early space is taken.
Ooh, little thing coming out from Viet.
A little bit of damage onto
damage.
Threat, forcing Threat to respect the C main area,
No.
forfeiting, honestly, the space to ODU.
Does ODU recognize that the setup has changed? Do they recognize that Threat and Nunu are now on C instead of Symmetrix and Threat? Do they recognize the Killjoy is on A now? That is
It's
the
hard to
question of
tell.
the round.
Niche is walking up. It seems like they're just sat in the smoke, waiting for someone to push through, listening for any possible Killjoy utility being left here. But as you pointed out, Killjoy's not here. Killjoy's on the other side of the map. ODU
This
might
is
be able to
beautiful.
read
That's
into this, and
Threat. Threat knows. They know it's a C take at this point. Popping the orb, ready for the molly, ready for the nade. They're ready to stop this hit. Once Seekers get popped, they're gonna molly and nade, and that hit's gonna be over. We're gonna have to see a miracle coming from ODU here.
I've got your trail.
Yup, there it is. Seekers.
30
Niche
seconds
is able to
left.
cross onto site. So is GT Cats. Oh my god, the double nade kill coming out from
with a
Nunu.
grenade.
Nunu able to anchor up, gets 2, gets 3 with the nade.
And ODU here, they have the site, but they don't have the numbers, they don't have the time. Getting the bomb down here is
10
very
seconds,
likely
10
and very
seconds left.
possible,
Okay.
but it's still going to be
Spike
so
planted.
terribly hard to convert this round. Niche and Hassan have to go.
enemy
like,
remaining.
Symmetrix is one. Niche, nice. Beautiful retake coming out from Nova. Once again, these retakes are just clean.
There's very little that ODU can really do there. There's just that initial hold onto site was just simply too strong. The combination of the Viper Snakebite and the paint shells out from Veer, or not Veer, Nunu, just simply too strong in stopping that fast push.
The whole idea behind the Astra, instead of your only, is that you can bait out this utility more. You can bait out that C util so they can't stall you, but we just don't see that happening from ODU. They didn't bait out any mollies, they didn't bait out the nade, and it really punished them that last round.
Looks like Nova is just going back into their traditional hit, or traditional hold. They get up deep A, ready to play contact. As ODU here, volleying the front B, looking to break any possible utility there. Seems like they got rid of that alarm bot, but that's not quite enough to let them out onto the B site. And even if they get onto the B site, we know that they're not very good at holding that site. We know how clean Nova's retakes have been.
So what are they gonna do different here? What is gonna change? Because right now, Nova's sitting pretty. They've seen the same thing every round, and they feel confident.
ODU opening this door, looking to pressure towards that C side. Open doors
Knocking them.
again just to get that rotate
Right, might
through.
get caught out
It looks
here.
like they're
He's
see it.
3.
You should run.
But you know, Threat right now is they're just calling for this is a full C take. We need rotates quick.
Has to get off because of the Killjoy wheel. They do have Viper close one. We have yet to see the Viper wheel go down. Is this the round that they commit Viper
30
ult or
seconds
no?
left.
It looks like they're gonna commit it onto site here.
As bomb is getting down, but the Nova's
Real
already
here.
out. Nova's already
Here
out
gets
and
one.
swinging.
Go get him.
Down to a 4v3. This retake is going to be massive. ODU needs to convert this round here.
Can Bandit hold it down for his team? This spray coming through, Cass
Player
gets 2,
standing.
Veer gets 1.
And now it's all down to Hassan in a
two.
2v1.
Walks up Ben, could get 2 here, timing, gets
up,
1,
Ben.
Remaining.
knows the other,
Finds the location of the second.
gets a second!
Oh, An incredible 1v2 here from Hassan. Just looking in absolute dire straits for ODU here.
Even if
Now
ODU
there's
can't
some
anchor the site,
serenity.
it does not matter. They have Hassan. They have the clutch factor. They are on top of their game right now. They are in their prime right now. They're looking ready to win this game.
And can I note again, that's just another retake round win. It really just feels like Nova can just be confident in letting go of their sites because they know that they're able to retake it. They know the postman on the side of ODU is a bit weak and they know that their retakes are quite strong. But over here on the C side, you see Threat posting up on the op. They're going to have all the control of this entire line. They're going to be able to stack so heavy towards this A site that ODU is currently headed towards. They don't even need to commit to a retake. It looks like they will because they're respecting this raise ult. But they don't even need to. They could have held onto the site if they wanted to. They have so
It
many
doesn't
bodies.
even matter though. They have. Look at the ults. Look at the ults from Nova. They're just gonna Killjoy Skyle, and it should be another free retake if it's played right, unless ODU can do something. There needs to be something behind this that stops this retake from happening. And
It looks like ODU is just fully
Post
respecting this lockdown. Fully
just gonna be
respecting the
post
lockdown here. They need to win this post plan. It's been poor towards B. Can they make it work towards A? Retake is beginning.
Gets
Now,
one.
2 picks through the side of
three.
Nova.
Can Veer clutch up here? Veer needs to get at least 2 here.
Last player
Can't even get
standing.
1. Viper coming out tree. This one on the molly. Can't get 2. The post plan not working out for ODU. Just like you said, they had to do something about that Killjoy ult and just did not. Leading Nova to have another free
Last
retake.
round before the switch.
It's just clinical. I mean, it's absolutely clean coming from Nova here. And I think we have to do a major shout out to Synetrix. I mean, having an absolute heater of a game, going 18-5. The anchor has looked amazing. I mean, not much more you
Cyantrix
can
just
say.
can't do anything wrong here. Every fight they take, they win.
It's a Killjoy's paradise.
Yeah, and then once again over towards the seaside. They're getting this Viper posted with the op long. They're going to have all of the space held down from Threat.
Ooh. This is the op.
I've got your trail.
It doesn't matter. They can recognize that this is some sort of heavy pressure getting the molly and the smokes out. But if you look on the mini map, that's not where the bomb is going. That's not the idea. That's not the long con. And as this last rotate of Cyantrix is getting pulled away, the 2 players on ODU, Veer and Dekubayan, are just locked up A. They have all of the space.
At the cost of what, though? It's a 4v2 now. All 3 of their teammates died trying to
4v2 and Dekubayan
Veer
got
has to get aggressive here and find something for his team. Does he recognize the
Last
flank?
player standing.
Cannot hit the shot. Leaving Becky Lion stuck in tree
down.
here, stuck in a 1v4 only with a Guardian. It has to be a miracle. They know he's on site. He knows one drop. Can't get the first. He knew absolutely cleaning up that run with a clean 4K. Demolishing the fake on C and then just getting a free pick on site. I mean, you can't fake a site if all your teammates are dead.
that was
Switching sides.
such a rough fake. To the point where it was hard to imagine. Was that a plan? Was that the plan to just go all out and try to get as many kills as possible? Was the plan to just show utility and fall back? If that was the case, what happened? What was the misstep in communication? It's really hard to put together the thought process of what's going behind that round. That round is just so hard to read into. But going into this round, Nova Community College, they had an incredible defensive half. Again, like I said earlier, Lotus is typically seen as an attack-sided map, so it's really hard to imagine ODU going back and getting back into this game.
We are looking for any copium, though. The Asher comp is better on defense. We have to take that into account. If they can get this pistol round, there might be hope.
Vision.
They set up for their early A aggression as Nova just decides to walk down B. They're gonna Skydog double smoke, and they're just taking B site. Looking like they're gonna try to take C lane control and plant for C lane. This could be perfect. Trying to push Veer off here. Does Veer recognize that Synetrix is lurking?
Yeah.
Oh my god, clean
Getting
2K!
two. And suddenly, Nova is in just
enemy remains.
absolute shambles.
It's
Veer getting 4.
They're
Veer.
absolutely single-handedly destroying the pistol round strat coming out from Nova. Is that enough to get momentum? Is that enough to get hope out from Old Dominion? Can they find something
I
here
should
off
play
the
some
back
right
of
there.
Veer's 4K?
Right there.
Well, if it's any consolation, Veer with that 4K has so much economy built up. They can buy a rifle this round, and not only that, they're already 3 off of their ult. This Cosmic Divide is such a massive piece of utility. I want to see how exactly they might try to leverage it on this defensive side.
I was like a 3v2 split coming out from Nova here, just trying to take early C main, early B main, farm these orbs up for later rounds, right? They don't need many. They only need 3 rounds. So 3 rounds with ultimates win them the game. So I think that's the strategy they're leaning for right now. Farm these ult orbs up, farm their ults, and kind of just play a slow, long game of winning ultimate rounds. Now, it does look like they're leaning towards the right side right now. Leaning towards B since there is only one person there, drawing the rotate over from Bandit, leaving A side weak. Maybe they'll lean into that, but who knows.
No, it looks like they're pivoting away after showing some B, trying to break some utility, getting that orb. They just want to end this in a big C pop here, going into the jaws of Veer here and Deck Lion.
He's actually in.
The
Right, going
stun
in. Veer
coming
gets
out
one.
beautiful.
Veer gets 2.
I think he's being able to get the trade out, but that's
Leaving
just
his
about
bot
as
in a
much damage as
30
1v4,
seconds left.
1 HP. With the Phantom though. Maybe
but it's
there's a roll.
still
Maybe
so
there's a hope.
hard
He
to
gets
avert
1.
this.
Placing sentry.
Knows they're on site. And he gets his second clean shot! Leaving it in a
Silence
1v2, 10
big
second
trouble
cast
here,
reload.
though.
Oh no.
Clean
Nice
shot coming out from his
try.
stun, and good damage being dealt to the economy of not Nova, ODU here.
There was a chance that ODU could have forced into this round. But with that 2k from Hassan, I don't think they will. They're gonna have to play a lower buy here, and that leads to a better chance of winning this round for Nova. It looks like Nova's gonna go into this heavy A main control, fight off this raise in the sky. They should be able to get it this round if they commit to it.
If they're able to get this early A main control, it's hard to imagine that they do lose this round. Here we are. The utility trade is coming through, and off of the info, off of the contact from ODU, or rather from Nova, ODU opts to back off. They recognize how much pressure is coming towards the side, and they give it up, but they lead so far. They're all the way in
gonna go
CT
back
spawn.
into a C take, but it looks like Nova's just gonna commit to this A. Will Bandit be able to do something here? Gets 1!
Bandit getting 1, but
Spike
immediately
two.
traded back.
Nunu just sitting on site right
walking
now.
onto site. But
He's
Niche
at
getting the
4v4
silent drop. Does
placement.
Nunu expect it? No, he doesn't.
Bomb buddy out.
They do have Astral, like we mentioned
Buster.
earlier, they have Astral. Maybe there's a chance for this retake to go through. But Synetric says no. He gets a kill, leading in a 3v3, leading through on site, he gets 1. 3v2, Cat's dropping down. Veer above, playing behind this Viper wall, Veer dropping. Will Threat get caught off? Threat gets caught off, leaving us in a 2v2 situation with Synetrix and Hassan. Astral comes out, breaking the mollies.
Cosmic Divide out, pressuring the attacking side so much because they just can't hear the side.
Synetrix swings through the smoke, gets 1.
One.
Veer in a 1v2, he gets 1.
Come now, come. Diffuse.
The attack comes out, but
7 bullets. Synetrix is spamming. He gets a kill!
oh, Veer gets it through the smoke, but do
There's
they
no
have time?
time!
No. That is tragic from the side of ODU.
Close. So close coming out from Veer. Absolutely stellar attempt. There's no time left. He committed the Astro ult as well, so they have absolutely 0 ults coming in for these next few rounds as you look at the ult economy versus Nova, who has Killjoy ult up in 1, Sky ult up in 1, and Viper ult up in 4. They might be able to snowball this game and finish it here.
It's hard to imagine that they won't. They just have such an overwhelming advantage. They are already all grouped
They're not
outside of the
even
CS site. They're just trying to deathfall into them. They're not respecting the opponents at all. Flash is high, they're already through.
Veer gets
You're
1.
getting 1. And now it's slowed
Flash
through
comes
all.
out. 3 swings. Pushing
One
water.
enemy remaining.
Nish gets 2. Gas gets 2 as well.
That was such a clean crunch from ODU there. Just having the players walk out and get behind the players of Nova Community College.
Seaside is just off limits for both of these teams. It feels like none of them can figure out how to actually take Seaside. It feels like they have no answer. There's nothing to it.
This is, with that loss, Nova's back down to an eco round, but this just means more time for them to farm orbs, more time for them to farm ults. They already have the Sky ult up, already have the Killjoy ult up. Now they're just 3 off the Viper, 4 off the Raze. They can just farm these orbs, get some space, and possibly even convert the round. Early fight towards the C side, just a little bit of chip damage on Beer.
Trying to punish Beer here.
Scientist
Connected
getting
one out of
the win onto
nowhere.
Niche.
What is Gas doing?
Getting
He's
2.
This isn't a
Oh.
5-3 eco.
That
You
is
cannot lose this round.
that is such a rough fight, running out of B main into pistols and still losing.
Found
That's
one.
that's just it just feels a bit messy.
Oh, it's free A. This is looking beautiful from Nova. ODU could not have lost this round. They lost this round. It is practically game over. They need a miracle coming out of this 3v5. They need Bandit. They need Beer. They need Zekilon to step
Spike
up
planted.
right here, right
You
now,
should
and
run.
win this 3v5. Committing Killjoy.
Actually walked down
Toxin
2.
getting one.
Oh my god,
No!
Toxin getting 2.
But the classic.
This round
is
might as well just be
impossible.
over.
What happened? What was this round?
This round just fell apart immediately.
There's nothing.
That was-
There's nothing ODU can do. Bandit can try, Bandit can hope, but it's just not gonna come through. What happens?
Here.
A thrifty round for Nova Community College off the
point.
back of 4 classic kills. 2 opening picks with the classic against rifles. That's just so hard to watch. That's so rough.
They needed that round. ODU needed that round right there, or right now. It didn't come through. This game looks impossible for them to come back.
Need a
It
drop.
looks absolutely impossible. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, yeah.
Early control coming out towards the CB side again. Beer looking
They're
like they really
trying
want to get
do
involved.
something. Trying to make some magic happen. Can't get the spray transfer. Leaving this situation
That's low.
4v4. Skydog up. Hassan can't get the tag. A little C fight here coming from Nisha Nunu. Little Raze battle on site.
Again, the utility shooter, but
Getting the
Toxic
kill,
getting
there's
another
no
pick.
trade. ODU is just fighting. It feels like ODU feels like this game is over. They're just fighting. They're taking aggressive plays. They're making hero plays. Trying to find something. Trying to find some hope in these hero plays. And it's just not working. Nova's punishing. Nova's playing solid. Nova's playing slow. Nova's playing good right now.
And everything just slows to a halt until this burst, just waiting for the cooldowns to come back. And now, ODU just can't do much. They're just sitting and waiting, ready for a retake, trying to make a play happen.
This is almost impossible for ODU. They're gonna have to pull out some sort of magic here. Jogging out. Becky Line following. Can't get one.
enemy remaining.
Song gets 2. Leaving Ben in the 1v3 situation. Vibro goes down, so maybe there's a chance. Bennett mulling close. Flashed up. Can't find anything.
Attackers win.
That's a clean 13-5 on the side of Nova Community College for map 1.
I mean, that was a clean Lotus. That coming out of Nova, showing the power of the Omen comp, showing the power of just a drilled, good-looking Lotus. And I think we have to shout out Synetrix, Nunu, and Threat there. Absolutely beautiful utility usage, beautiful anchors, beautiful fights. It just looks stellar.
Everything was just going the way of Nova, especially on that defensive side. That was just so pivotal for them. They gave themselves such a big margin of error on that attacking side because they just won on the weak side of Lotus because their retakes were just that good.
Well, that was our first map of our final series today of the Beltway battles. We're going to go into a 5 to 10 minute break and we will be back with the second map of this absolutely banger of a series. See you guys then. To the Beltway battles. We have our second map here, Breeze, between ODU and Nova. This should be a very exciting map based off what happened in the first match. We know both of these teams have shooters. We know they have good players, so it should be a very exciting matchup.
Right, and I'm really excited for this map just because it's back in the map pool. It was taken out for so long, and it's back. It has some changes. That change really sort of makes the dynamic of the map very different, and it also has a new meta. More characters have been added in. The prevalence of Harbor himself, has increased drastically. As you see on the side of Nova, they walked in a Harbor Viper comp. Pretty standard. No Sentinel, which is something to note. Whereas ODU here, flirting with the idea of the Yoru, deciding to walk in the Jet. I'm a bit disappointed personally, but again, pretty standard comp. One thing to note, Chamber has been super popular on this map just because he was super in meta when Breeze was last in here. No Chambers on the field this time. Cypher on the side of ODU, and no Sentinel for Nova Community College. What are your thoughts on that, Red Hot?
Definitely something to keep an eye out on. Both teams have double initiator, but both teams don't have double smokes, right? So with the Harbor comp, you're going to see a lot more defaulting, a lot more early control. On attack, you're going to see a lot of mid control probably, versus on defense, you're going to see the same thing. You're going to see early mid control, deep walls, etc., etc. Versus with the solo smokes, you can't take as much space, right? You don't have that flexibility that you have with the Harbor. So they're probably going to play more for info and play more for anchoring sites. It should be a very interesting game with contrasting styles like this coming up.
Another thing to note, honestly, from the side of Nova Community College, Nunu, the former race player for Lotus, is on that KO with Threat, who was the Viper, picking up that Jet. And while that might be a bit odd in some people's heads, Raze and KO have a pretty similar style, so it makes sense, the one-to-one transition. But the Viper to Jet is quite interesting. The only common thread that I saw there was really just Threat's willingness to pick up that op and play very aggressive in that space.
Yeah. It will definitely be a very interesting matchup, and I can't wait. As we go into the first round, the pistol round, this is going to be very important for both teams to pick up. It kind of sets up your half. We see Nova, it looks like they're setting up for some fast mid control, some fast ace split there. With KO and Harbor taking a mid control, and the rest of the team orbiting across mid and taking fast mid control. This is going to be a huge battle between Cats and Niche versus Hassan, Syndrix, and Threat.
I think the Cascade's actually going to come out to aid the cross. Dart coming out. He's getting the first pick. ODU looking really strong in the opening of this map.
ODU absolutely obliterating the ace split that was coming out from Nova, just stopping it completely in its tracks. I mean, it has nothing to work off now. Nova's gonna have to reset and try to find some other control across the map. Try to find a pick somewhere, if they can find it.
Now, Bandit just holding this top nest area, looking towards elbow. Was looking towards bottom mid earlier, but just falling back to a safer angle. This mid is pretty open. They can walk up pretty far. And yes, Cats is watching this mid doors area, but it's still a weak mid.
Kind of just death balling across mid here, trying to find picks. They might be able to catch Declan off guard, playing this half-wall position. Bandit's
30
gonna have to
seconds
rotate
left.
over in order to try to help him out. If they can find these 2 kills, it's a very winnable round. Gets it first. Setting this up to be a 2v3 post-mount. All 3 defenders coming from spawn here. If Hassan can somehow find a pick with this Sheriff, it sets them up for a really good round here. Silverdrone seeing him.
Oh, the Aldrin barely seeing Hassan getting spotted out. Looking for a fight, doesn't quite get enough of a shot in. And now it's just really hard here
One
for
enemy
Nova.
remaining.
Toxin falling, and it's just all down to Hassan getting the first pick. Oh, just
Hassan
not able to
trying
get the 3.
his hardest with the Sheriff. Doesn't come out though.
And that's the first round in the favor of ODU.
Look them in the eyes when you kill them.
You know-
Yeah, it was just a perfect mid-fight coming out from Nisha and Cats. Absolutely just stopping the A split off their rip and just literally obliterating Nova's attacking strategy.
There.
Seems like Nova just has a few more things to show early though. There, as one benefit of the Harbor Viper, they can just default that Viper wall towards A. They don't need to commit to that site. And it looks like they're going to be heading heavy B here. They're just going to wall through, try to get onto site. But this Cypher is going to be such a pain to deal with. Let's see how they can try it and counter this play.
Going for that fast B take. Declan trying to play off of his Cypher so can't find anything. This camera's just staying around. Camera's just living.
Spike
Eventually
planted.
able to break it as the defender set up for this fast retake here. Viper Molly's coming through. KO knife. KO flash is coming through. The retake has started. Can Nova hold this off and find the thrifty round?
A
Self-blind
nice
3
flashing out,
teammates.
but it's just a little bit poorly communicated, flashing 3 teammates, just as you said. Toxin getting the first, looking for a second, gets the second, sees the jump up, trying to find another
One
pick, but
enemy
shut down by
remaining.
Bandit. And it's just
Wait,
down
Viper
to a
post plant?
1v3. The post point is good, but it doesn't. Do they have enough time?
They have
Tech
plenty
Lion
of time.
gets the pick, and yeah. That's
Second
just the route
round
there.
win Coming out
Spike
from
defused.
ODU. It wasn't as clean as I would have liked it to see, right? I would have liked to see 3 people staying alive, maybe even a flawless round, but we take those. We take every round we win. Now we're setting up Nish with the operator. Maybe he'll be able to find value. Maybe he'll be able to find this 3rd round win and set up ODU for the half.
Now, getting this 3rd round op out is a little bit of a gamble. It feels quite risky, especially when you don't have the guns to support yourself with it. So Niche is really going to have to find good value here.
Here.
And Veer here has to be able to be ready to support. They have to be ready to stall. They have to be ready for ability.
Nova's just playing back.
Gets the
Nova's
early
playing
damage. They get the early damage off, but it's not quite the opening pick they were looking for.
They know now. That's the thing. They know there's an operator in play. How does Nova decide to play around this? How are they going to counter this operator that's coming out from Nish?
I do love how Nova is playing this round, though. Such patience, understanding that this is a 3rd round, trying to be converted from the side of ODU. They want to make a play happen. That is the op getting dropped down in mid. Now, suddenly, a big portion of ODU's firepower is gone. And if you see here, Cats creeping up B main, the deck line, but it gets shut down by Cyantrix.
Toxin screen down.
This is looking like
around for a
shambles.
while. Veer is able to grab this operator. Is he going to be able to save? That's the thing, right? ODU is looking to save. They're not winning this round. They know that. Now, the next goal is saving this operator. They need to keep the op online for Nish. Will they be able to do
And
it?
they
I
getting
mean,
picked off there. They should know that Bandit wouldn't be that, like, unaware on their own, right? Surely they realize there's a teammate playing with them. And it does look like that. They do seem to be creeping towards that A side of the map. They don't want Veer to hold on to this op. They don't want this op to be in play in the next round. And they're just creeping ever closer and closer.
Toxins going up.
There's still so much time left on the bomb. They should be able to get this op out of the hands of Veer.
was off. Can Veer live backside? Can he live backside?
Looking for the fight.
No,
gets
he
killed by Veer.
can't.
And that's the op going into the hands of Nova. That
Right,
is
now has the
rough.
op. Now he is a true threat in this round. Maybe this is just the turning point for Nova. Maybe they can spiral this half out of control now that Niche can't do anything. I mean, he has a Spectre. That gun's not great on this map, right? We all know that. Can Nova win this round and start to snowball the momentum?
Interesting look out here from Nova, where they're leaving Threat on their own towards that mid area, looking to work a pick.
Take flight.
As the rest of the team is just walking up A main, getting that drone, getting that orb, just trying to go for a standard A execute. This is one of the maps where you really don't need a dive duelist, which is why having this Jet mid alone is pretty okay, but Niche walking up all the way, Threat being aware of this potentially happening,
Where he
getting the pick.
knows! Does he know
But
there's a second?
do they know that Cats is here? Do they know? It really doesn't look like it, but
Right,
they're
it's just
checking
surrounded timing!
the timing on that.
Spike planted.
Oh no.
No! Leaves us down to a 4v3. Now ODU has a decision to make. Are we saving the op? Are we going for this plus one? What are we doing?
Looks like they're going for it. They know that there's still a decent chunk of time left, so they're gonna go for it. They try to get the defuse out, but that just baits out all of the utility. Okay, it looks like they're setting up for a pop flash through main.
Flashing.
Flash goes out.
Second line gets one. Reflash. Everyone's blind.
What a
Sticking
counter
towards half. Trying to stick towards half. Doesn't get spammed down. Sova's late. Sova gets two.
Oh, that
It
late
was
re-rep from
clean it up.
Hassan. That late re-rep from Hassan is pivotal in that round for Nova. That could have been terrifying if not for that late rep.
ODU
Well
now
played from the side of
is
both.
destroyed. Low economy, no operator. Nova is looking set to win this round, looking set to maybe even get to the 4-2 scoring line, looking set to put ODU on the back foot for the second map
Right
in a
here.
row now.
Right here. Right here.
And again, it just looks like they're doing a heavy lean towards A. They don't have the utility to spot this out. All they can do is try and stall, but the KO ult from Nunu here just doesn't allow for any stall to happen. The best that they can do is to get quickly regroup onto the A site and get ready for a quick retake. As Hassan gets bombed down.
Weird spot
Spike
here.
planted.
It's almost behind pillar, but it's not crazy. But ODU setting up for this retake, committing Harbor Roll and KO into the round, flashing backside. Nunu's able to only get one. Cat is able to get the trade. Shock dart coming through, re-flashing.
It's down to a 4v4 and they recovered one rifle here.
Nova deciding just to play off-site here. It looks like Hassan is gonna commit the solo into this round. Cat's sticking half. Niche getting one. Bomb is getting
What
six
is-
on
Bomb is
Bennett.
Player
half.
standing.
Bomb is half. They need to get it off. And Cyantrix just goes up huge, getting 3. Getting the up into the next round as well. Yes, they had to commit the Silver. Yes, they had to commit the Harbor ult. But they had to commit the KO ult too. But the round is a round, and both sides will think that round is well worth it. ODU forcing out 3 pivotal ults in one round where they didn't even need to get a full buyout.
I think
Both teams
ODU
will
is
be pretty happy there. Yeah.
ODU is happy. They baited out every ult that Nova had. Now they need to win this round. If they don't win this round, it was all for nothing, right? They need to win this round right here, right now, to stop Nova's momentum. It looks like Nova's just doing a slow default, right? 2 towards B, 1 towards mid, 2 towards A. Just getting as much info as possible. Holding for this elbow push. How does this fight go? Does N get the kill onto Cats? Flash coming through. Bull blind. Cats getting the kill. Free early pick from the side of ODU. Now they can reset back into this 5v4. Now they can play smart. Now they can play safe. They're in a prime position to win this round and tie up this game.
You look here, Cyantrix, the star player of last map, looking around towards mid, realizing how open it is, trying to work the map.
My ult's
A
ready.
threat, getting a pick to equalize. It's now a 4v4, and Bomb is leading towards B, where the entire site is open. This call is going to be to just regroup towards B, take that site, but it's going to have to be fast. The rotates are already creeping in. The decision just needs to be made.
Caught off there. Cats cannot get caught off there. ODU knows Threat has an op. They know it's a possibility. He cannot get caught off and give them that pick. Now it's a 4v4.
30 seconds left.
Now ODU is fine.
Oh, that's
Popping
such
the
a
knives, going in.
that's such a travesty out from Threat, almost getting that shot off onto Bandit, but it doesn't matter. They get the sight, they get the Viper ult down.
Well,
They
he's
should
making
be
a play.
able to get
He
this
tries to
plant.
make a
Spike
play.
planted.
He gets a free pick onto Threat. That is a perfect pick. Stops the Jet Knives. Now this Viper ult's kind of weak. Can Synetrix play around this ult? Can he be the next Nats of Collegiate? Can he step up for his team when they need it most right here to get their 4th round onto the board?
You can see here Hassan just making this late wrap again. Hassan loves this late
He gets
wrap.
picked off.
But the Viper's pit goes down. Toxin is alone on site. He needs to make something to happen
Player
quick. Hassan
One
getting a
enemy
pick, and now
remaining.
it's down to a 1v1.
It's planted for
Honestly,
Sean.
not exactly planted. It's a little bit awkward. Hassan's in a horrible spot. But Veer doesn't seem to be fully aware. It's
Hassan
just a
just
1v1.
playing time. This is so well played. Beautifully played from Hassan. That is the 4th round for Nova here. ODU set up in a prime position to win, and Nova just capitalizes on the small mistakes made. Toxin is able to trade out his Viper, who died in his ult, and then just set up Hassan for his late wrap. This is the 2nd time now Hassan has gone for that late wrap. I wonder if ODU is going to start recognizing this theme, this pattern of post play, and try to counter that. If they don't, then this game is going to spiral out of control for ODU.
And again, ODU just seeming to loves this like heavy A stack. It's not necessarily a full stack, but they're definitely leaning into this side much heavier. They do have the ult up from Cats just to deny a heavy A push, but that's not where the push is going. You can see where all of the players from Nova are headed. They're looking towards that B site. They feel a weakness. They feel they can prod out that pulse, and they just recognize the B site is just a little bit weaker.
Yeah, Nova trying to make a lot of pressure B, trying to bait out any rotates towards B to leave this mid weaker. Now, it didn't pull any rotates, but mid is still weak, and Threat is able to break this tripwire and threaten to go up into tunnel. If Bandit can't get this early info, Bandit gets pushed off, Threat's gonna start making this play. Threat's gonna start going up. Camera's gonna see how does Ducky Line play around this. How does Ducky Line anchor the site? It's Halfwall, can't get the spam, dies to Toxin. 5v4 post plant. Leaving Viper mid. Does Viper get caught off mid? He does get caught off mid. Leaving this into a 4v4
Spike
post plant with
planted.
KO and Sovel and Jet Knives going into it. Nova
Again,
has
Hassan.
post plant.
Hassan walking through elbow again. Niche being sure to try and clear, but it's just not a full clear. They didn't clear Hassan. Hassan is able to walk through, and they think they're safe. They think they're safe, and Hassan gets the punish up Bandit again.
There's no world where Hassan is able to do this again and again. Hassan is getting away with the murder as Cats tries his best to get this round back in order. It's just not gonna work. Nothing's happening. ODU cannot win this round. It will not happen. Hassan has saved Nova again. Hassan has committed murder. There's no way he's able to get away with this for the 3rd round in a row. ODU has to be aware of this now. ODU has to adapt to this. We have to clear the flank before we push for the retake, or else it is just not going to work out in our favor, especially on a map like Breeze, where it is just so easy to do that all of the time.
Again, though, they thought they did. They got the jump spot. They thought it was clear. They just couldn't quite get that full clear. And then they thought they were safe. No, Hassan's always flanking. He's always there. If he's alive, you have to check your back. Okay.
There's an early A fight. The second half is an early A fight. Flash
Ooh.
comes through. Almost
Flash is
punished.
beautiful, but the counter flash came through as well. This is just such a heavy strat for A.
All 5. Old Dominion knows all 5 players are A. What happens now? Are we taking mid control? Are we taking B control? How do we work around this? How do we win this round? We have all the info in the world. How do we win this round? It looks like Vita is setting up for this, just holding mid cross, and
Really
maybe
interesting.
opening a pick.
A really interesting Viper wall out here, getting all the way deep to T spawn, but it doesn't seem to be getting that much value. Veer only just barely spots out Cyantrix,
Look at Threat.
and they might know
Look at Threat.
that, yeah, they might know that the threat is towards A, but that's not where the real threat
I
is.
can't use that.
Threat just gets 3 anyways, and pulls all the rotates over to A, when now B's just a free site.
How is this possible? How is ODU
coverage.
letting this happen just under their noses? Threat is just
planted.
able to walk out. They have no info, no trade setups, nothing. Threat is able to just get a free 3k, barely taking any damage. Quick note, that is the second tripwire he has missed with his first bullet, but it's okay. Let it slide.
I know,
Hit it through,
it
okay?
happens. It happens. It happens.
It's okay.
Last player standing.
Okay, Hassan getting the pick. Let's see if it's a flawless round. It is indeed. That's just a round that just.
Spiral.
That's a round that hurts to lose for ODU. You think, okay, we denied the early space, or we denied the early fight. We see a potential rotate, and then we see a jet coming into our A site. We have to help. Except that's not where the real threat is. Of course, threat is there. I don't mean that as a pun, but the rest of the team is just headed towards that B site, and they give it so easily.
Alright, we've had this Viper ult online. We've had this ult online for a few rounds now. I need to see ODU using these. I need to see them committing and winning this round. It looks like Nova's setting up for a fast mid push, just running down mid. Can threat
just
break the
Hassan.
tripwire, breaks the
Hassan a threat.
tripwire. Second line's just sitting half full again. He's gonna get punished again. Niche
Oh, that's
made
just
noise
but Niche
way
is-
through.
Niche just trying to make a play happen, but Hassan is just too
Why
aware
does
of
he make
it.
a hero play? It's too early for that.
Down to the 4v3. ODU stuck in a retake position. Post plant position from Nova, pretty aggressive overall. Are they able to clear out Hassan? They don't, they get distracted, but Hassan, just a little bit of a whiff,
enemy
recovers
remaining.
one kill. Nunu following up with a second, and it's now all down to Veer, who gets shut
Can't
down
do
by
anything.
Cyantrix.
This is spiraling for ODU. We are not finding any momentum here from ODU. No hope. Nothing. There's nothing. There's no straws to grasp onto. We've had Sovo. We've had Viper ult for literally the last, like, 3 rounds. They need to be invested. Please, eventually, call a timeout, something!
I think your level of desperation cannot match the level of desperation felt on the side of ODU, though.
Buying 5 marshals into this round.
No, listen, Marshall is clearly the best weapon in this.
Yeah?
Oh, what is that trip? Wait, hold on.
Shit's
I-
insane, huh?
I don't agree with that tripwire. Okay, anyways.
I think that Viper ult counters all 5 of these marshals. Unlike you.
Interesting. Nunu fighting through, getting maybe a little bit greedy. And they just have all of this A site. Threat getting tagged up. Threat
Threat
getting
thinks this
tagged
map
up.
is
They're
over.
1 HP now.
Rat just thinks this map is over, so does Nunu, just fighting, taking fights. They know, they have the post win, they know they got bombed down, they know this is their round to win.
You're so far up. Did he just I'm not
Doesn't
quite
matter.
sure.
Doesn't
Guess
matter.
Pick on Niche anyways. And Bandit's
There's
still on
nothing
the
up
drone.
front.
What is happening on the road? What is happening?
Guys, I thought this was prime collegiate Valorant. What is happening?
No one kills my crew.
Oh, you know, some whiffing will be allowed.
Human brains are hard to replace.
Maybe that goes a little bit past that, but we'll let it slide for now. Let's let the rest of the match continue on. Nova out here. Nunu won off of the KO null command. A very strong ultimate. Cyantrix 3 off of the Viper's Pit. They are very close to pivotal ultimate.
setting up for this crazy Viper molly lineup here.
I think Nova realized that they can get a little silly. They can have a bit of a fun time here.
We're here for a fun time, not a long time. Now,
Exactly.
Veer has popped his Viper ult. Finally, onto the B site. How does Nova play around this? Do we want to go into the Viper ult? Do we want to go behind it? Do we want to just leave it alone to the A site? If we're going A here, Old Dominion has set up 3 people, including Cypher, so it's going to be almost impossible to take unless Nova has some crazy execute. I don't know, maybe they will.
You say impossible to take, but you never really know with how this might just play out. Son, wary of the potential of the Cypher, and the null command coming out here, absolutely denying any value the Cypher could have gotten.
Oh, there goes the A setup.
Nearly
I was
impossible
proven
this
wrong.
time.
I was proven wrong. Now we're just gonna play postpoint with our Soul. It's up 5v3. Nunu's just going crazy, running down. Why not? Why not Threat? Why not Nunu? You guys are the best players. Won
Bandit
the
shutting
game.
down Threat, bro. But it's just those kills don't matter anymore. It's 2v4. How are you going to turn this around? You have clearly you have to wait for Veer. They wait up, they regroup. But this is such a hard post plan to beat. There's a KO, there's a Sova, ult in play, there's a Viper. There's just nothing that you can do, and they opt to save for the last round.
ODU had 3 people A, including your Cypher, and still weren't able to.
One enemy remaining.
I don't know. I mean,
In all fairness, the KO ult does deny much of
but
that stun
surely we
utility.
planned for
Last
that,
round
right?
in the half.
Surely, right? Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm losing my mind. But one thing I know for sure is that neither of these teams have taken a timeout yet, and neither did any of the teams in the previous series either.
No. There was one timeout. There was one timeout that came out.
From the team who was winning 10-1.
Actually, there were 2 timeouts.
From the team who was winning 11-1.
Okay. Well, let's
Please
get
use the timeout
back
button.
into the game. We
Slash
get back
timeout.
into the game.
Slash
We get back
timeout.
into the game.
Please.
Get out of my way.
Last round of this half, 3 ults on the side of Nova, getting 1 popped already. That's the Jet Knives. This harbor reckoning is going to be huge for execution. One
It's
minus
just 3.
2 is untraded. The wall coming out,
And then it
getting
gets
3.
caught out.
This is Nunu's game. This is Nunu's game to win. They're just going in. They're going to get all the kills. The reckoning. The reckoning is out. Nunu just wants the kills. Hassan getting picked off, finding the information on Veer. You can expect Nunu to be ready for that. They're hungry for that ace. They want that highlight. They want
One enemy
that
remaining.
clip in the montage threat. Taking that ace away from them, but we'll see what Nunu can do for the rest of this. But Veer finding 1 on Cyantrix. Maybe this round is doable. We do know Nunu is low,
right?
but Threat has an op online. This is just something so hard to deal with.
Angle.
Veer's aware of this, doesn't
Looks like
get
I
the
was
kill
stronger.
though. A 2-10 half.
attempt from Veer, but just can't pull it out.
Switching sides.
10-2 half. Yes, Breeze is more attacker-sided in most scenarios, but it's not this attacker-sided, Hush. Surely not. It is not this attacker-sided. I don't know if Old Dominion University will be able to come back from it.
Yes, this should do.
Well, it all starts from the pistol round. We need to see something happen here. Some sort of change, some sort of just win here. But I'm lost. I don't know how they can get into this. It looks like Nova Community College, they're aware of the possible B pressure. They want to fight for this mid space, and they're willing to just give space because they know that they can take it with the rest of their comp. There's not much that can be done from the side
They're
of
just
ODU.
going-
Sorry,
they're just
just
taking the
running
fight.
through.
Catches Benny
What is
off
that?
guard.
What
Benny
is
is
that?
now like 1 HP. As Old Dominion setting up for this fast B take, will Viper be able to hold? Will Sinestros be able to get the kills that he needs?
But this
Silva playing off
defensive
the side.
KO knife, just shut everything down on that attacking side. The wall is down, the utility is gone.
One
And this
enemy remaining.
site hold is so much easier. Toxin finding 1 is just down to Cyantrix, getting this kill on Bandit.
Beautiful.
Is this map over, Red Dot?
Yes.
I need to know.
Yes. It's over. Lost the first round, down 11-2, and have no copium left. I am not a believer, but please prove me wrong. I love to be proven wrong. Please show me something, ODO. Show me something that I can use hope. Show me something, please. Maybe a timeout. I can see that.
A timeout would give you hope. I
A
understand.
timeout would give me a hope. Anything would give me hope at this point. First blood. Maybe. Something.
Well,
They're just running it down again. Just
looks like
looking to
they're
get
going
the
for
early
some sort of A split, some A doors into A action. But all 4 players mid spotted out with that 1 knife. That's going to be rough. They're going to have to be just shut down. They have to stop and just wait. 8 seconds.
Walking down B is gonna get contact with Nisha.
Okay, they get some damage out onto Nunu. Not traded back with any damage at all.
What is the
Maybe they
plan?
can get something to happen here. But it looks like they're just ending A here.
They're
One
going
issue is just
man stack.
the issue with their ODU's comp here is they don't have any contingency for if the Viper wall site isn't committed to, so they want to hold on to it until the hit. And this wall comes up, they know it's absolutely committed to an 8-hit.
Dart
What can they
breakers?
do? The dart comes out, but it doesn't get any scans actually.
Flashing backside,
Quite
flashing backside, Katskins, you can't get anything! Yuan
Goes
tries
down.
to fight backside, Beer tries to fight backside, gets one, tries to save the game. Can they
Down
get
to a
more?
2v3 here though, Bandit
One enemy remaining.
possibly in a position to win, but gets shut down.
Beer needs
Veer in a 1v2.
He needs to clutch up,
Oh,
can't find
no.
anything for his team.
The shots are so close yet so far, and now it's down to
Match
12. And ODU, they just have scraps to work with. They don't have anything left. They're just scraping the bottom of the barrel for the minuscule buy and utility that they can get out. And I agree with you. It looks a bit over. I hope it continues, but
I mean, when you
I
have
can't
players
imagine.
like Nunu, like Hassan, like Threat, like Toxin, like Symmetrix, it's hard. It is hard to play against. These are fantastic players, and I mean, they're doing a fantastic job. They look absolutely amazing in these games. Old Dominion deciding, maybe we can go fast B, maybe it'll work out. Just running out, and Nisha's just running out, so she's sitting on site with Nunu. Or goes down, gets one, gets two, gets three!
Spike down B.
They're trying to
One
call his
enemy
game back, but
remaining.
Hassan denies him. 1v3 for Bandit. Gets the first one to Hassan. Can he find Toxin? Little jump peek. Threat sitting main.
enemy
Gets the
remaining.
second onto Toxin. Does he know? Does he know he's flanked? There's a lot of different angles here. Brings out the drone. Threat decides to talk.
I can just wait. There's no way their drone can go all the way down to clear. And this is just a horrible spot for Bandit because Threat has the better weapon and has the bomb in their sights. They
Oh,
see the bomb
no.
gets picked up.
Oh no.
It's not planted for main. This is actually
planted.
possibly a winning position, but
No!
oh,
Bandit!
it'll be a 13-2. Nova Community College picking up the clean 2-0. Absolutely clinical on this map.
It was
What can I
good.
say?
Defenders win.
That was
supposed
that
to
was
be a
just
fight?
that was clean, yeah.
Not much more you can say. That was almost... What would you say went wrong? Is it comp? Is it player diff? What do you think went wrong for Old Dominion there, Hush?
For Old Dominion, it really just felt like a multitude of small issues compounding into one big one. The comp, I would say, maybe a slight issue with just being so inflexible with that Viper really is quite rough. They were getting out-aimed, out-fought quite a bit, so that also doesn't really help. But I would have loved to see just a little bit more coordination, a little bit better timing on their fights, on their crunches, a bit more awareness on being able to take out Hassan on those late re-reps, being aware of the possibility. Just a bunch of small issues compounding into one big loss.
Well, those games were really exciting to watch, and I hope all you viewers had a fantastic time today with our 3 series. Unfortunately, we do have to call it a day. Unfortunately, it is the end of the Beltway tournaments series. I hope you guys all have a fantastic night. I hope you guys all have a fantastic day tomorrow, a fantastic weekend. But that is the end of the line for us. GG's.
Thank you very much for having us. Have a nice day. Have a good night. Take care.